10 places to visit in Ireland. There's nothing quite like a visit to the Emerald Isle to cleanse your soul and reinvigorate your spirit. Home to some of the world's greenest, most breathtaking landscapes, Ireland brims with tourist attractions so appealing, you'll want to visit them all. From its rich Celtic culture to the breathtaking beauty of its varied landscapes, Ireland is a travel destination that lives up to its nearly mythic reputation. Those seeking a more sociable travel experience have only to walk into a neighborhood pub to feel right at home. Whether spending the night in an ancient castle, cycling along a coastal headland, or viewing Celtic artifacts at a world-class museum, Ireland casts a spell of enchantment on every visitor. Number 10. The Aran Islands. Originally brought to world attention in 1934 by the fictionalized documentary Man of Aran, these islands have been entrancing visitors ever since. This is the taste of Ireland as it once was. Gaelic is the first language. There are a mere 12,000 inhabitants, and once ashore, you'll feel as if you're in a time warp. There are 3 islands, the largest being Inishmore, then Inishmaan, and the smallest is Inishir. Wild, windswept, rugged, and utterly unique, the islands offer a visitor experience quite like no other. Once experienced, the great stone fort of Dun Eong Hassa and the towering cliffs of Aran will never be forgotten. The local culture is quite different from that of the mainland. The archaeological heritage cannot be found elsewhere, and the rich scenery is simply breathtaking. Number 9. Dublin. The capital of the Republic of Ireland, Dublin is surprisingly large for a country with a total population of around 5 million people. Most of the city's inhabitants live in outlying suburbs, however, and Dublin's main travel destinations are located in the center of the city. Once you explore some of the capital's historical and cultural attractions, you'll wonder why you didn't take a trip to Dublin sooner. A city with a 1,000-year-old past, Dublin is both a historical city and a bustling modern-day port. The city treasures its past while never forgetting to live in the present. Tour Ireland's oldest university, Trinity College Dublin, where you can see the Book of Kells. Another historical highlight you should visit is the Grand St. Patrick's Cathedral. No trip to Dublin is complete without a visit to the Temple Bar district. As soon as you enter the famous quarters, you'll hear live music from the many bars and pubs, as well as buskers on the street. Number 8. Galway. The colorful harbor city of Galway is effortlessly cool, with its burgeoning art scene, rich musical background, and roots in Irish history and language. You'll enjoy the best sightseeing in Galway by exploring the city on foot. If you love soaking up local cultures through festivals, be sure to time your trip to Galway for one of the exciting events held there annually. Galway is an ideal destination for any visitor seeking a true Irish travel experience. Number 7. The Dingle Peninsula. Also part of the popular Wild Atlantic Way driving route, the rugged Dingle Peninsula is brimming with natural charm. If you love hiking and wildlife watching, this is the place for you. It's not by accident. The region is designated as a Gaeltacht, where the Irish language and culture are protected by government subsidies. You'll hear Gaelic spoken and sung, and read it on signs, although everyone also speaks English. Ending at Dunmore Head, the Irish mainland's westernmost point, the peninsula is bordered by some of Ireland's best beaches and rugged cliffs. Stone huts that scatter its open landscapes were built by monks in the early Middle Ages, and you'll find more stone monuments that date to the Bronze Age. Number 6. The Rock of Cashel. Ireland's most visited heritage site, the Rock of Cashel stars in countless images of the Emerald Isle. Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain even visited by helicopter during her 2011 official tour of the country. Perched upon a limestone rock formation in the Golden Vale, this magnificent group of medieval buildings includes the High Cross and Romanesque Chapel, the 12th century Round Tower, a 15th century castle, and a 13th century Gothic cathedral. The restored Hall of the Vicar's Truro is also among the structures. Tourist attractions include an audio-visual show and exhibitions. It's also said that this was once the seat of the High Kings of Munster prior to the Norman invasions. Number 5. The Ring of Kerry. If in Kerry, take the time to explore what is arguably Ireland's most scenic route, the Ring of Kerry. Whichever window you peer out of, you're guaranteed impressive views along these 179 kilometers of the southwest coast of Ireland. This circular route, part of the Wild Atlantic Way, takes you across the green hills and stunning coastlines of the Aran Peninsula. You'll get to enjoy activities such as fishing, golf, and water sports, and stay the night at cozy hotels to experience the warm Irish hospitality. On clear nights, you may even be able to watch the sun melt into the vast North Atlantic Ocean. The Ring of Kerry really is one of the best places to visit in Ireland for a remarkable snapshot into Irish culture and nature. Number 4. Killarney National Park. Located in southwest Ireland in County Kerry, the Killarney National Park was established in 1932 when the Muckross estate was donated to the country. The Victorian Muckross House now serves as the park's visitor center, and the estate's extensive gardens are popular attractions in the park. For many visitors, however, the park's 3 lakes are the biggest draw. Populated by swans and otters and surrounded by forests inhabited by Ireland's only native herd of red deer, boat trips on the lake offer encounters with wildlife as well as scenic views. A broad network of surface paths invites exploration by foot, bicycle, or horse-drawn carriage. Number 3. Cork. Nestled on the banks of the River Lee, Cork is a bustling city with a history that can be traced back to the 6th century. Today, though, Cork flaunts a reputation for being the foodie capital of Ireland. The city has so many inviting cafes, traditional pubs, and enticing restaurants, serving everything you could want to sink your teeth into. You'll be able to enjoy a bit of everything, from hearty farm-to-table Irish fare to modern and flavorful vegan cooking. Cork has plenty of eye-catching architecture you can admire. As you walk around town, discover grand Georgian streets and hidden alleyways that date back to the 17th century. If you're a history buff, you'll want to visit Blarney Castle. Situated just north of Cork, you'll find this striking medieval stronghold in a picturesque setting, surrounded by leafy woodlands. Number 2. Glendalough. Nestled between the undulating hills of County Wicklow on the east side of Ireland, the beautiful valley of Glendalough draws visitors with its mix of history and natural wonders. The ancient abbey in the very heart of the site dates from sometime in the early 6th century, was founded by the revered Saint Kevin of Glendalough, and showcases some of the best preserved early medieval religious architecture in the country. All around this crumbling cloister, travelers can delve into a woodland of oak and fern, hazel and mountain ash, where warblers flit between the canopies and marked trails pierce into the Wicklow Mountains National Park. Number 1. The Cliffs of Moher. So many superlatives have been used to describe the magnificent Cliffs of Moher that it's hard to find the right words. Vertigo-inducing and awe-inspiring springs to mind, and they are indeed both of these things, as well as being utterly wild and ruggedly beautiful. For those who've read up on the Emerald Isle prior to visiting, the cliffs will be familiar, starring as they do in countless postcards and guidebooks. Yet no image can ever do them justice. This is one of the top tourist attractions in Ireland for good reason. About 1.5 hours by car from Galway, in neighboring County Clare, the cliffs are visited by close to 1 million people from across the globe each year. It's one of the most popular day trips from Dublin. They stretch for 8 kilometers along the Atlantic and rise for some 214 meters at their highest point. Take a walk along the trail to experience the raw power of nature at its most majestic.